Hi, I'm Elshina Wilson. I am currently a third grade teacher at Rosa Magnolia, and I'm here with Kenneth Williams. He's currently attending Grand Canyon University to seek a degree in math so that he can teach high school. Right? I'm going to ask you some questions as far as teaching your to pursue your degree in teaching.
Yes, ma'am.
What dispositions do you possess that you think will make you a successful teacher?
Uh, well, I think the experience I already have with coaching has, got me some good experience with leadership. I have what I feel like pretty good leadership qualities. Setting a positive example for the students. I try to do that with my players, and currently I'm doing substitute teaching in the classroom. So, trying to set a positive example. I tend to be fair. I believe each kid has should have a fair opportunity. Try to display a lot of care for the students. I think when the students feel like you care about them, that they're going to be more likely to respond, and just a desire to see students be successful in every aspect, socially, school wise, and everything.
Thank you. Also, what dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first year teacher?
I need to work on probably a lot. Um, I had to pick one that I think, and I don't think it's one that's bad, but one that probably is one that you always will have to work on, whether regardless of what field you're in, but especially teaching, would be patience. Uh, Dealing with certain kids, and I've already gotten a feel for that some kids try your patience a little more than others, so you have to maintain an even keel. Um, as much as you possibly can without letting one disrupt. But also patience with their progress. Sometimes you kind of get the feeling like you've explained this enough. You should have already gotten it. And um, you know, I do try to display patience, but even in my coaching duties, sometimes my players try my patience. We'll go over a drill and go over a drill, and then they'll go and do the exact opposite of what they're supposed to. And sometimes it does make you just want to what's wrong with you. So, but you obviously you can't go and just say that to them. So yeah, patience would definitely be one that, although I think I have a pretty good amount of it, it's one that I think I would always have to stay on top of and try to increase it.
What does a professional educator look like and how do they behave?
I think I've already pretty much sold it. I think they come in all shapes and sizes. I don't know if there's a definitive um, look that you're looking for as far as an educator. I would say that they would need to look professional, to look the part. I don't think um, as far as dress, there's different levels of dress. I don't think you have to be dressed formally, but you do have to be dressed in a respectful manner. You can't have slogans or political or social type of things as far as in your attire, um, and that would cover how they look and behave. I think they have to behave with respect. Um, Carry themselves in a manner in which would be respectful towards the school, towards their community, and towards themselves, obviously.
What standard guide what standards guide their thinking and actions?
Teachers,
Yes.
well, you would hope the standards would be the highest standards possible as far as morally, ethically. You would hope that a teacher's standards would be you know as high as possible based on trying to do what is best or in the best interest of the students. Um, and also, obviously, making sure that they're meeting the requirements they need to meet as far as making sure that the students are learning what needs to be learned. Um, but everyone's got, every teacher's going to have a little bit of a different moral compass, but you would hope though there may be some small differences here and there, but overall, you would want them to have a solid. solid level of standards as far as what they deal with as far as what's right and wrong.
How might teachers' dispositions positively or negatively influence the psychological development of adolescents?
I've already seen this quite a bit. I see it with myself, but I've seen it with certain teachers, whether it was with children, with my own kids going to meet their teachers, or as I've become more involved in the school. uh, Teacher dispositions can have a big effect on the classroom and also on individual kids. A teacher that, if a teacher's having a bad day, typically the class is going to have a bad day. If the teacher's having a good day, the chances are the class will. Now, you still are going to have some students who may be having a bad day, but if the teacher's at least going, has a good disposition when they walk into the classroom, they're going to be better able to handle, a few kids that may be having a bad day themselves. But if the teacher's disposition is negative, um, it's going to adversely affect because it's going to bring students down. They're going to notice that students pay attention to the teacher, you know. And even, with what I've done so far, I've noticed, when I walk into the classroom, I want to greet the students. And I typically will tell them bye when they're leaving class. And some of them said, the other teachers don't do that, but they actually look forward to walking in and, hey guys, how we doing? Instead of get your books out, or do this or that. So I think kids do respond, not just kids, adults do too. If you walk into a classroom full of adults, children, it doesn't matter. If you bring a positive energy with you, typically it's going to start to be reflected back at you, and vice versa on the negative side.
All right. Thank you. That's all I have. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, I think that's it. All right.